I have a question for all of you lovely ladies on the panel today. Is it important for men to lead in the relationship?
I'm going to say no. Because this patriarchy type man, the head of the household, leading and all of that, it is direly over publicized for no good reason. There is a lot of people that actually have really good skill sets and can't be the males, like they're very beta, but you have alpha females that can lead, but society doesn't have her leading the household.
You said alpha females?
Yes.
I don't believe in alpha males or alpha females.
But then leading, who leads the tribe? It's actually in any pack, it's the alpha that leads. When you have men that literally have heart attacks because they have too much pressure to be the family man that's over everything, it's because they have to live up to the societal standard that they have to lead the family. And in actuality, some people don't actually want to do that.
I think you're confusing lead with like taking on all the burden, right? A good leader knows how to delegate tasks. When you are the leader of the household, you have your wife who's second in command. You delegate some of the responsibilities of the house onto her so you don't have all that burden on yourself as a man. Because as a man, we do go through a lot and we have the highest suicide rate in the nation. So that's true, of course. But as as a good leader and a good trait of a leader is to delegate responsibilities of the house.
Where do you learn your delegation skills from?
You can learn your delegation skills at work. You can learn your delegation skills through your father or another male role model.
And so if we look at the statistics of males and families, if we look at the dynamic of statistics, most males come from single families.
Most men are raised in single parent households where the mother is the primary caregiver. The mother takes care of the home, she takes care of the kids, she takes the kids to school. And the reason that it is the mother raising the kids, raising the men that you're talking about, is because statistically the fathers are not there. So the mother is taking on the head of household alpha role, raising the kids, running the household, doing X, Y, and Z because dad's not there. So those sons are learning delegation from mom. They're not learning it from a male or another.
But when you look at the statistic of who initiates the divorce in marriages, it's women. It's overwhelmingly women.
Nobody gets a divorce out of the blue for no reason.
True. There's always a reason, but what I'm saying is that when you're talking about single mother households raising the men who are incarcerated.
I said specifically, there's a systemic occurrence that's happening, an event that's happening within the states. And this is where, statistics are a thing. So you have your statistics, and then there's other statistics that are existing outside of what you know. And that's when, if you understand the other systems that are at play, which is women are not raising incarcerated men, they're not raising juvenile delinquents, they are raising children to whom are targeted. It's been that way since the United States became the United States, because the black male is a lot more stronger and powerful to dismantle the black family. So when we have those statistics where more black men are incarcerated, targeted, profiled, all of that, killed even because they are just existing, then you have the fact that there are women that have to take the lead. And it's not men necessarily taking the lead because they don't want to. It's men not even given the chance to be the lead. That's why I say it can't be a male or female thing. When you're being raised by a single woman, my son is not a delinquent. But at the same time, I have to actually be the lead.
And I would say this for the black community is that we think that a black mother can replace the black father, and it's not true. You can't teach a boy how to be a man. Definitely can't teach him how to be a black man.
But that's not the role that, like she's saying, the mother is the starting point of your son is even kids in general, they observe you, they're learning from you, you're teaching them through your actions, through your words, and through those things. I don't feel like that's quite the same.
I think I have an unpopular opinion here. Let me just clarify. If I'd given a chance and he never cheated and if he decided to stay in the family, I'd still stick with the family. However, to answer your question, Will, I still believe, I came from a very conservative background and I was born and raised in the Philippines. And I always believe the right men should lead the family. And women were here to make the house a home. We're here to motivate him and inspire him. And yeah, basically, we're not slaves. It's just that I'm doing all of this because of love. So, for example, back home, when our husband comes home, we make sure that there's a good dinner for the family. Food is hot. His clothes, house clothes are ready, shower is ready, house is clean, are fed. We did our assignments together, and I'm there to sit down with my husband to ask how his day was. So actually, for us, when the man is in his masculine and we're there to support him and respect him, he actually does better. He makes, he's actually the pillar of the house. So for example, if there's a big decision in the family, yes, we still have a voice. However, the man has the last say, as long as he's the rightful person. He's responsible, he loves our family, he loves my children. I respect, I have high regard for men. I know I've always believed in equality. However, I know that it's really not equal for me. I really need men in my life. There are things that they can do that I really can't do. I have my own feminine energy that may complement his masculine energy.
Yes. Let me say one thing. So you brought up a lot of great points. Taking care of the household, catering to your man, being that person who motivates him and inspires him is something that all value that men look for and search out for in a woman and in a long-term partner. Also, you said that we're not equal. I don't know how Leah or Jordan will feel about this, but in reality, men and women are not equal. When I say that men and women are not equal, it's not a dig at women to say that they're weaker than us, but rather we're complementary. So we go together and it's like two puzzle pieces that just fit within each other if the roles are set in place where, a man leads and the woman follows. Now, do you have those relationships where the woman leads and the man follows? You do, but for the most part, those relationships don't really last because that puts the woman in her masculine frame. And from what we know from a history of humans being on planet Earth, women don't tend to do well being in their masculine and providing for a man. I don't think any woman wants to provide for a man or should have to provide for a man.